welcome to my channel. This is Beulah Speaks. If you're first time viewer, thank you for joining me today. If you're a returning subscriber, you know I love you. Thank you for always coming back to watch my video. So guys, today's topic is sins of being single. Right, so from 2021 up to this time, every Saturday someone is getting married, people are getting engaged, and then just suddenly begin to feel like, did I commit a crime that I'm single, or is there sin for being single? So this video, I'm going to be answering all my questions and maybe your questions of what it feels like to be single in 2022 and the reasons why it's okay to be single, or maybe it's not okay to be single. I don't know. But this video will answer all the questions that I've had, and all the things that could be going through your mind about why being single, maybe it's not for you, maybe it's for you. But I'm going to tell you why you should be single. Yeah, why you have to be single, why being single is okay to be single. All right, so welcome to my channel once again. This is Beulah Speak. Let us get right into it. Okay, so this is 2021, and I know that you're wondering. Are you sure you're not wondering? Me, I'm wondering. Like, is it a sin to be single, or is it going to feel like, okay, maybe there's something wrong with me for being single? I've been seeing posts, all posts. If you're born in 1992, 1993, 94, 96, get out of your parents' house. You should be in your husband's house. Now, I want to say this, and I mean it with all sense of honesty. There's nothing wrong, absolutely nothing wrong with being single. So just some of the things that you should do with your singlehood, so it doesn't feel like, okay, what am I even doing in my life? Am I just waiting to get married? Whether you're male or female, are you just waiting to get married? Are you just waiting to put a woman in your house? Or are you just waiting to be put in a man's house? What exactly are you waiting for? That's the question. So I'm going to say a couple of things that you can do with your singlehood. The first thing you can do with singlehood is focusing on yourself. This is very important because you didn't come in a pair. It's just you. So even if you're a twin, yeah, it's still just you, and it's very important that you're focusing on your success. You're focusing on your personal growth and development. Now, the time for singlehood, or when you're single, is the time that you can pay attention to yourself. It's time that you can pay attention to your personal growth. It's time that you can pay attention to personal development. Learn a skill. You know, read books, take out time to get to know yourself, because the truth is that most times we don't even really take our time to know what we like, what makes us happy, what fulfillment, what makes us happy, that thing that actually excites us, that thing that actually brings us pleasure or growth, or that thing that we do and we know that, okay, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. The period when you're single, that's the figuring it out time. That's when you figure out what you want to do with the rest of your life. That's when you figure out, okay, is it this career path I want to go into, or is it this other career path I want to go into? The single time is the time for personal development. I don't think I can say this enough. Take certificate courses, go to school. Yeah, this is very important. And if you don't want to go to school, learn a trade, because you have to be a plus to yourself first, because at the end of the day, if you waste the time when you're supposed to be single, and you do other things, or you're hopping from place to place trying to get hitched to a lady, or trying to get hitched to a man, or whatever the case is, you find out that when you're now married and you have responsibilities, you have children, now the world is asking you to give back what you have learned over your years, and there's actually really nothing to give back, because the time that you were supposed to spend on personal development, you spent it hoping to get married, right? So because I've noticed a trend that most people are just waiting to get married. Let me just finish school and get married at 23. Well, we all had those lofty dreams and all of that. But the truth is that very few people will get married at 23 or 20 or 21. Most people will get married at 28, 29, 30, 32, 35, 40, whatever the case is. And it's okay. So, but what's not okay is just idling away with your single time. That's what is definitely not okay. So, some other things you could do while you're single is travel the world. Like, it's, I don't know, maybe because I really love traveling. I just feel like you are doing yourself a great disservice. You were born in Nigeria, and then maybe you live in Port Harcourt or Abuja or Lagos or Ibadan or wherever the case is, you live there. And then you went to primary school there, you went secondary school there, you went to university there, and then you got married there. Like, the world is so big. Like, there's so many continents to travel to, and you just want to be stuck in one place with one standard of life, one experience, and all of that. I don't think it's ever going to be okay with me. Like, it's never going to go down well with me to just sit back at home and just stay in one place. I spent my primary, secondary, university, and then master's degree in different cities. And in this period, I've actually traveled most of the cities here in Nigeria. So, what's the point I'm trying to make? Travel. God created this very beautiful planet and put all of us in it. And what's the purpose? We need to explore this planet. We need to see places, make plans. Now I know that, oh, you say, you're just saying travel, travel. Like, yes, you travel. Even if you don't have money to travel abroad yet, at least travel your states. Go out, enjoy your life, enjoy the fact that this time is a time of personal responsibility. You're not responsible for another person's well-being, you're not responsible for another person's life. You're only responsible for your own. So travel and enjoy the world. Travel and enjoy your life. Number three, I would say that make connections. When you're single, it's time for you to make friends, connections from your primary school, your secondary schools, the lesson you went to. I still have friends that I made from lesson I went to long in secondary school. And these friendships are still very beneficial to me. So you make friends, you make connections, you meet people, and this is the time to make these connections. When you're in the university, when you're learning a trade, when you're trying to take a certificate course online, or whatever it is you're doing, make connections, because at the end of the day, you people might be kids right now, or maybe in your 20s and your 25s and your 30s right now, but then before you know you're 50, before you know you're 60. And if you make the right connections, these are the people that you're going to work with, going forward, and in your retirement stage and in your working age and all of that. So make connections when you're single. Also, take care of your health, take care of yourself, focus on yourself, personal tips, beauty tips, exercise, learn about health, just learn about yourself, because at the end of the day, yeah, you're your priority. So if you don't spend this time taking care of yourself, having a good time, getting to know you find out that you get married, and that's still when you're trying to discover who you are. Also, I'd also like to say that in the time where you are single, in as much as this is not just like a personal or a one phase thing, yeah, it can move on to other phases. But in time where you're single, is when you're trying to correct your learning errors or your personal errors. You find that you hold beliefs, maybe because you have traveled, you have mixed up with other people, you find out that you have belief systems, or the way you act or the way you think, that it's actually maybe not good for you. It's time for you to it's time for you to, what's the word I'm looking for? It's the time for you to improve on your behavioral pattern, improve on your mindset. Single time is also time for you to read books. Like, one thing I'm very grateful for is the reading culture that I got from my dad. Growing up, I used to be one of my dad's faves, and the reason is because I used to read a lot, and I learned reading from just watching my dad read. So I traveled to places I've never been. I know streets, I know places. I've been to Paris, I'm back. I've been to the US, I've been to the UK, I've been to Russia. I've gone to all these places. I've gone to Moscow. I've gone to all these places, and I've come back, and I went in books. So the truth is that you explore, you build your vocabulary, you get better. Then desire will be formed in your heart when you spend a lot of time reading. I'd also to say take certificate courses. There are so many courses online out there in Coursera, in Allison.com, in Udemy. All these places are free. You will get courses online. Take these courses, make your CV bigger, pursue your career. I don't even know how I haven't talked about this. When you're single, is the time for you to chase your career. Because the truth is that once you get married, your responsibilities are bigger. You want to focus on family, you want to focus on kids, you want to focus on bills. So build your career. Also, there's this friend of mine, yeah, just like me. She's someone that had always wanted to work in the UN and all of that. One day, she picked up her bag and traveled to a French speaking country. And what was the purpose of her doing that? She wanted to be in a community that spoke French because she needed to learn French. She had taken all those French classes from Alliance Française and all of that. Of course, all of us, each and every one of us, we have done a Duolingo. But she needed to be immersed in a community where they were predominantly speaking French. So one day she just took up her things after saving and then traveled. The truth is that you can't do that if you're married. You can't just get up, abandon your spouse, abandon your kids, and decide to travel. No, you'll be able to do that. So, but she was able to do that because she was single and enjoying her singlehood. So it's very, very important that we don't focus on getting a relationship, getting married, and then we miss out on life. Because life is ahead of you. You know, learn something, learn how to draw. I'm someone that I'm very, I love art, I love drawings, and I'm not very good at it. But I've taken out time to learn how to draw. I always watch things art, and I'm always trying to improve myself. And the reason why I'm doing this is because what better time to do it than now that I'm single and without so much responsibilities, except the ones that I take in on my own. Also, build tightly knitted networks. And this one, I'm talking about close circles. Like one thing that you would always hear me talk about personally is my circle. My friends are like some of the most important people to me, and my circle is really, really small, but really, really tight. Like really tight. We practically talk about our career ideas, our future plans, trips, travels. We plan practically everything together because the truth is that you would always need a strong support system. And then finally, get to know God. Your relationship with God is very important. The truth is that the moment you get married, you have so much responsibility. Maybe before you were singing in the choir, you could stay all night in the choir, you could do this, you could do that. But the moment you get married, you can't leave your kids or take your kids and go and stay overnight and all of that. What if the kids have to go to school in the morning? There's so many things that would be dependent on you. Oh, you cannot just decide that, oh, I want to go on a 50-day mountain trip and then leave your wife and your kids and just travel for 50 days and say you want to go and focus on your relationship with God. But when you're single, that's the time to do that. You can decide to travel and say, okay, I just want to take out this week. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to mix up with anybody. I only work when I have to work. And then the rest of it, I'm focusing on my relationship with God and my creator and find them to bond with God. So it's very important that you take your love walk, your relationship life, your career, and building yourself really seriously in your single time. Because there's really not going to be any better time to do it than right now. Like right now, right now, right now, right now. So, yes, there is absolutely nothing wrong with being single. Just make sure that you're using your single years very well so that when you get married, it'll just be easy to just glide on the things that you've already built, your support system, the structures that you've already put in place in your life, and then to be easier than when, oh, you just all you wanted to do was get married, get married, get married, and then now you're finally married, and then there's nothing you're showing forth. You're sleeping on yourself. You don't have any career. There's actually really nothing that you're doing. So, guys, I hope that I've let you know that there's no sin. There's nothing wrong with being single. Being single is okay. And being single can be the best thing that can happen to you, actually, if you maximize your singlehood. Because you may not always be single, all right? So try as much as possible to maximize your singlehood, actually. Just enjoy it. Enjoy it. So by the time that you are all coupled up, you know that, oh, I didn't really miss out on life. I actually enjoyed life. Don't date your singlehood away. Some of you, you are not married. You have done marriage for like 15 sisters. You have spent all the money you should be using to build your house or doing investments. You have spent it on relationship, taking people out on dates, going out on dates. You have spent all your years in somebody's kitchen, someone that did not marry you. You are in their kitchen cooking and cleaning and doing everything when you should be focusing on self development. Yes. So what did I say? Date away in your single years. So that's not what I said. So I hope you've been able to learn something. I hope I've been able to encourage you to know that it's fine that you're single. Honestly, single Pringles, we're here. There's nothing wrong with us. All right. So yeah, this is what I think, and I believe that you should do with your single years. What do you think? What are you doing now that you're single? Tell me about it. Thank you so much for staying this far. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, share, drop your comments. Tell me experiences you have had about being single. Have they been dragging you left, right, and center? Mommy is saying get married, daddy is saying get married. What exactly has been your single experience? And what are you going to do better from today? All right, don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up. I love you. Thank you so much for always coming back to watch my video. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.